Welcome to Winners, Wallets, and Worldviews, the only show that's going to teach you
how to be somebody.
Where in your life did you learn that you're not good enough?
Take what you're most passionate about and what you're most fearful of, and what is the plan to overcome that fear, and what is the plan to enact that passion.
Hello.
Hi.
This is pretty early for us to be jumping on today because we're going to be going to bumfuck Illinois to celebrate Christmas.
Peoria? I think I said it right. I said to like 20 people. They've all corrected me.
So you may be wondering the significance of Peoria, Illinois to our Christmas story. Well, it's halfway between here and St. Louis, which is where my sister and brother-in-law live and my mom. And it's not halfway. It's really 4.5 hours for us and 2 hours for them. Nonetheless, we will be traveling with my grandmother, who just signed on in about 15 minutes.
She should be leaving soon. I didn't even know you were recording over there.
So my grandma's cool. She's got an Instagram. Does your grandma have an Instagram? Because my grandma does.
Us.
And she follows and likes pictures. Grandma's legit, and she's interacting. So go follow grandma.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah. And we'll be going to Illinois here in a few minutes. Well, actually, grandma's going to show up and pick us up. And
she probably hasn't left our house yet. So I think
maybe she did. Maybe she's in the car.
We don't know. That's so funny.
Anyway,
all right.
That was that's what we're doing today. So that's why we're on a little bit early today. And Marissa and I thought we could talk. Thank you. Shalila's here.
Woo!
We saw her in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Different time, different Shalila. That was we saw her in Philly a few weeks ago. So a few days ago, 1 week ago. Anyway, nonetheless, today we want to talk to you guys about keeping promises to yourself and what that means. So keeping promises to yourself is, I think, one way of instilling that discipline and that virtuous nature of conscientiousness long-term that you can really do throughout your life. And I think it starts with those little interactions so you can.
And I think it also helps with building confidence in yourself too. Because I think once you start keeping the promises that you tell yourself you are going to do to better yourself, also builds up that confidence too, knowing that you're going to aim and achieve those goals that you have in place.
I got an example. Here's an example. So I went to West Point, most of you guys know, and you have to make your bed tight with hospital corners. He's
a pro bed maker.
Well, let me finish.
Way better than me.
So you have to make your bed tight, hospital corners. You can flip a penny off it. I mean, it's got to be tight. So we never even went in our beds at West Point. We just slept on top of them. And that's what everybody did. That's what you did. You throw a blanket down, you sleep on top of your bed. And so after I got out of the military, I never made a bed again. That was not gonna happen.
And he never shaved his beard again.
Clearly I don't shave anymore. Yeah, everyone wonders. I'm traumatized from this, right? Well, anyway, we were kind of thinking, and we're just like, look, our room is a disaster because Marissa and I focus on so many things that we don't think about the little things.
The clothes.
And it came into, we need to start focusing on the little things, because the little things are those little micro commitments you make to yourself that you can eventually then make a promise to yourself. And then when you can make promises to yourself, you start to trust yourself. And when you start to trust yourself, you start to trust the bigger decisions and the bigger decisions and the bigger decisions. So it started to me with going back regrettably and saying, we're going to make our bed every single morning. And we're going to make it tight with hospital corners. So she doesn't know how to do hospital corners. So I have to make the bed every morning. And that's how that works.
Win-win for me.
But that's what I mean, guys, when it talks about keeping a commitment to yourself, keeping a promise to yourself. A promise is like any other relationship. You have a relationship with yourself, believe it or not. Some of you guys out there may be a little too much of a relationship with yourself. But you see, the thing is that you need to start to think about how you can start to trust yourself. How you can really
start with small goals. So I think what we do, a very small goal that we've had in place now for almost 2 years, is that every morning we have a morning smoothie. So we have a bunch of different fruit, vegetables, like spinach, some kind of greens powder.
First thing out of bed is how many ounces? 30 ounces of celery juice.
Yeah.
So 24
ounces.
And celery juice for you guys out there is fucking awesome. All right. I get so much shit when I post celery juice. People are giving me shit like, "What? You're one of them? You turned into
Look
one
it
of them?"
up, celeryjuice.com. It even has its own website.
I know, it's hilarious. Hey, what's up, Mike? I was in Philly, man. I know you're an Eagles fan, so.
But
I
anyway,
wanna stay
keeping those small promises to yourself, again, like starting off with something super simple. We're coming into 2019. Everybody has some health and fitness goal. What is something tangible that you can succeed at right away? What is something you can start implementing on January 1st or January 2nd? Whether that be a green smoothie, making your bed in the morning just because you feel tidy and ready to go and not so like chaotic. So trying to minimize the chaos in your life is also going to,
You're
better
putting
your health
order
and
in your
mental
life
health.
early. And by putting order in your life, you're starting to put micro disciplines in place. When you put micro disciplines in place, you can start to eventually get into a habit and a routine, and you'll start to trust yourself and say, if I can finish this, I can finish that. If I can finish that, I can finish even that. And then your bigger goals and your bigger dreams and everything else will start to grow and grow and grow. But it's got to start with, what can I finish now? Because so many entrepreneurs I work with are all over the place in their scatterbrained mind. They're super creative individuals. They're highly intelligent, and they go all over the place with their brain. And it's about coming down to say, make your bed in the morning. Make your bed. Clean up your room. Do the small things. The small commitments to yourself every day is what's going to make a difference. And that's what it means by keeping a promise to yourself.
Yeah,
Trust
I talk about this in my step one program that I host at my that I run at my studio. So when we talk about just like habit making and goal making, so just think about, if you have 5 goals that you have for 2019, what if those goals turned into habits that you did for the rest of your life? How would that affect you? How would that impact you? If you just start off with 5 goals for 2019 and you decided to make them habits, what kind of impact would that have on your life? Like, we're going on over 2 years drinking a green smoothie every morning. What has that done for us? Well, we know we have our go-to smoothie. We don't have to think about it.
That's my secret, ladies. That's it.
We don't have decision fatigue in the morning, because think about all the decisions you have to make in the morning. So making something super simple where you don't have to think about it, where it's like, all right, in the morning I have a smoothie. That's my goal. That was like our goal 2.5 years ago. Now we're still doing it. And we know it's also keeping us from keeping us from eating like anything I don't know,
you're taking
bad, I guess.
Yeah, you're replacing a bad habit with a good habit.
Exactly.
So most of you guys know I'm very sensitive to donuts, and that becomes an issue. Okay, so Grandma's here now. Anyway,
we are off to Illinois.
So we're gonna be going off to, like I said,
that.
the middle of Illinois to celebrate our Christmas with family. So that's all we had today, guys. Once again, we do these every Saturday morning. Feel free to jump on. We'll start doing them a little earlier, I think, because like I said, one of my habits, rise and grind. Let's get to it. So thanks a lot, everybody, for jumping on. You can follow me at my website, aaronjarmstrong.com, or you can always check me out on Instagram, DMs, Facebook, whatever. So have a good day, guys. Thanks. Woo!